Am I doing it right, guys?
Wood beer
I got a new technique. Oh, I got the gross green bit.
It's a Canadian way you do crawfish.
Oh, so there's a green bit in the inside here. It actually tastes like guts.
Like woodchuck.
It tastes like guts, but it's not
stomach.
guts. What is it? It's the organs, right, inside here, the green part?
Yeah, man.
It's bitter, but edible.
Don't eat that.
Hi guys, we're catching and cooking crawfish today. Find out how I'm gonna turn these guys into a delicious meal. I'm here in the sweltering heat of South Texas on Bob Hansler's property. I've got the keys to the ranch. So what I wanna do is Southern style crawfish boil. I'm not allowed to call them crayfish anymore. That's Canadian talk. So what I got here is all the tools I need. I got a bunch of what do we call funnel traps. They have on one end a guide, and then the crawfish climb in here, and they can also crawl out, you know, from the inside, but it tricks their mind and they stay in there. So all I do is connect one to the other like so, and then there's a little clip here and a latch on the other side. Fasten it together and we got ourselves a crawfish trap. Pretty straightforward. From there, we're gonna grab a handful of dog food, drop her down there, toss them in the water. We're all set to go. That's all we gotta do. We're gonna multiply this by about 20 or 30 traps, and we're gonna hopefully have a good pile of crawfish. So let's get going. All right guys, there's a really specific way of hanging on to these guys, of picking them up so you don't get bit. Basically, I've just demonstrated it. You grab back here on the torso, and when you grab them, of course they want to grab onto everything else, even stones and rocks and whatnot, but you want to keep those claws there. This claw here can't reach back now and grab me because I've grabbed really close to the attachment point here. So my hand's safe, and that's what you want. You don't want these guys to grab on, because if they can hold on to a rock, they can certainly hold on to your fingers. That's a pretty strong bite. Keep your hands away from those pinchers. All right, we got our baited trap, got our dog food in there. All we gotta do, toss her in the drink, check back later. We tie off over here in the reeds so we don't lose our line. Got a bright orange marker so we know exactly where to find them. All right, out goes number 2. All right, trap number 3. There we go. Guys, if you've got these crawfish traps, it's the easiest thing in the world to start trapping with. This is good fun for kids, where they can put a meal on the table and provide for the family. All right, we're gonna get a bunch out here. All right, here goes one. Something that's kind of cool about crawfish is that their tail, let's see if I can grab them with my other hand here. The tail here actually flicks backwards. So the animal will scoop forward here. Ah, it's trying to grab me. Yeah, see, there you go, kicked. It kicks forward this way and it moves the animal backwards. So if you're ever trying to catch a crawfish in the water, what you have to do is get behind it and anticipate it kicking with its tail and moving backwards. And that's a pretty good defense mechanism, because that means as it's moving backwards, its eyes are on you. So the trick, of course, is to aim for the back. And if you want to net it, all you do is put the net at the back and scare it from the front, and it will scooch right back into the net. And that is a pretty cool adaptive advantage of being a crawfish. And they will go right into defensive mode with their claws in the front and their propulsion in the back. This is a different kind of trap. They've got entryways in the corners. Bob kind of designed these, and at the top it's got a cone so that you can dump them out. So that's pretty neat, and he's got it just fastens together with these little metal clips, the special tool. That's a pretty interesting design. I'll save you some money on a trap. Throw this guy back out. Gotta get it to stand up. There we go. Alright guys, it's been a couple hours, but we want to get at these guys before the coons do. So let's see what we got. We got a couple keepers in there. That's 3 for the pot. Let's check this next one here. Oh yeah, another good bunch. Whew! Loaded! That one's got probably a dozen in there. This right here is a good live catch. We can put the crawfish in there. There's no way in or out, so we could store these guys in here until we're ready to eat them. The watercolor here is really interesting. It's like an emerald green mud. Whoa, we got 2 giant ones in here. These guys are huge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, couple throwbacks, 2 small. These traps are kind of interesting. Bob's got an extender in the middle here, which basically adds 1/3 to the entire size of the trap. So that's just buckled in there. Pretty cool. Here's another good bunch. Got 3 in here. We're gonna put them in a bucket, and then after we've got them all in the bucket, we'll put them in that live trap where they can't get out anymore. All I'm doing right now is I'm gonna rebait my existing traps, and I'll check back in a couple hours again. Off we go to the next one. This is pretty much like running a trap line. Pretty much. And if you see the color of that water, it's like mud, the green mud. That's where crawfish love to live. These guys get caught on the cage sometimes up top. Just shake them and they'll pop down. There we go. Good collection of food so far. Alright guys, we had a couple more traps to check, but this, you just got splashed. This pail is getting a little crowded. So I've got my trap here, keeper trap I guess you call it. It's got a lid on the back, so there's no way that anything can get in or out of here unless they're helped. So what I'm going to do is grab these guys, the keepers, and drop them in. So anything that's not big enough, we'll get the buy and we'll throw them back. So all the small guys got to go back, and to make sure I don't get bit. It's a bit of a skill to hold in these. Got to grab them by the back of the shell. Got to grab them back at the back here, and then they can't grab you. Back in the drink they go. All right guys, couple more. We got ourselves a boil. Bob Hansler, if you're watching this, I want to say thank you for inviting me out here. I'm having a blast. I had a blast. I really appreciate your hospitality. You too, Shauna. Yeah, it really opened my eyes to come out here and do all these things and live a different culture and in a different environment. You know, crayfish or crawfish or crawdads isn't something that we do in Canada, probably because ours are so much smaller and so there's not so much meat on them. But here it's a thing. In the US especially, it's a thing, and I can see why. We had some on our survival challenge. You guys haven't watched that, look at the wilderness living challenge. There's a whole playlist up there you should be able to find. And yeah, we had some then and they were really good, very good. And Bob will cook them up in a special way. Just gonna grab the spare trap on my way back. I got a coon in this one not too long ago. I'm gonna do a pit roast with that guy. I got lots of things going. That might already be up there on the channel right now, who knows. But I've been making the most amount of use possible of the resources on this land, and so I just wanted to thank Bob and Shauna for having me and hosting me and being very accommodative and welcoming. You know, I think it's kind of rare to have people you can count on in a survival situation, and those are 2 people I would 100% count my life on. And if there was a big problem in society, I'd want to have them by my side, or on my side I should say, and co-surviving together. So thanks guys for having me out. I really do appreciate it. It's the next morning. I talked to Bob last night, and he said he wants to do a big crawfish boil, not a tiny crawfish boil. So the idea today is to be a little bit less picky, less selective. He said I could let go, you know, the small ones, but he said, you know, this river, this creek here is so productive that it's not a big issue to keep even size that big. So while I was letting those guys go yesterday, today I'm going to keep them. He wants a 5-gallon drum, which is a pretty big size drum, full to do a big family crawfish boil. So I'm on the task today. I'm going to collect as many as I can. I'm going to get a big, all those little small guys are going to go in the pot today. He said basically what happens is when this river floods out, all the crawfish are out in the stream anyway, and it has no harmful effects to the population. So today we're going big. Let's get to it. It's not a bad bunch. That's what we got so far. Alright, so here's another keeper container. It's a roll of wire here, looped around, and then Bob's got some empty pail buckets here. He's cut them out around, and then he's put a door hatch here. So this door is only held on by a couple bungees, and then we can dump in all our crawfish in here and keep them alive. Keeping these guys in a live trap like this means we can eat them whenever we're ready. We got a pile of crawfish, crawdads, yabbies, crayfish, whatever you want to call them. Depending on where you live, you call them different things. We have a turkey burner. So you call it turkey burner? All new to me. So Bob's going to show me how he does it. So we're not doing this primitive at all. We're at the tail end of the series here in Texas. I've been here for 2 weeks now. So this is going to be like the icing on the cake as far as, you know, meals that you can get from nature. But we're gonna cheat. We're gonna add some potatoes and some sausage and all that good stuff. So Bob's just firing up the burner now. We're gonna throw a big pot on, and we've got a bunch of crawfish, bunch of crawdads, and we're gonna do it up right. Put some spices in there. You're gonna show me how to do it.
Taking it up.
All right, let's get this rocking. I got Wes S. You're in a lot of my videos now because he kind of showed up partway through this whole deal. So we've got a kiddie pool up at the house. Water running in the tap. What we're going to do is going to pull our crawfish out, and the deal is we're going to put them in the kiddie pool and wash them so we don't have to eat poop.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to eat poop.
And creek poop.
Yeah.
And poop. All right, so let's grab them. Let's see what we got. There we go. We got one big one and one big one. We're looking pretty good, man. That's a lot of crawdads, man. Look at that. It did only take me about 3-4 days every day coming back, check traps, bait, rebait. It's not an easy meal. It's worth it. Well, we'll find out. I think it'll be worth it. I'm pretty confident. Wrong way, West. This way. He's lost. He's only been down here 6 times.
Yeah.
It's a heat of the day when we can't do anything else. If you can't do anything else in the heat of the day, why does it make food? You caught up in something? No, Wes! Wes! Oh, shoot.
Here we go.
Oh no! What?
This is how you trap them in the desert.
Oh, what's your name?
Oh, there's the one I was looking for.
You were looking for one. What are all these guys? Getting away, Wes. They're getting away. That's the last time Wes is in charge of food.
Oh, no more cooking for me.
No more food handling. Oh, carry them. The only thing you had to do was carry them up.
One job.
One job. I gave you one job. Oh, it's hot out here.
It is miserable.
All right, let's get in the shade, man. I can't even see my face. The sun is so strong.
Nothing but claws.
Nothing but claws. Look at that guy. Is that the biggest guy in the pool?
So far. I think there might have been one more that was his size, but it's a good size. They get a little bit larger. We put one back about a month ago down into the sandstone. Almost twice as big. So big claws, but the body was just massive. We like to see those in there, man. So as long as you're moving, you're not a threat. And so the problem comes when you start looking at things. When you start trying to be a predator and come after them, you start worrying about it. You start bringing your hand back and forth. As long as you're just slow about it, they just do their thing. So, pretty simple.
I have big ones.
You got a big one? You got two big ones?
I got two big ones.
Can't have somebody vouch for you. You can't just claim that.
So what do you think? Is that a good haul?
It's not bad.
It's not bad.
Just a little bit of time we done it.
Yeah. Well,
And all these guys
few
are
days.
these guys are this year's. They went dry 7-8 months ago, so that's the growth potential that you're looking at right there.
Yeah.
With the entire creek dry, no water in it, this is what came up from the mud and restarted the population.
Yeah, we noticed there was a couple places where they were digging little holes to go down.
Oh wow,
they
yeah.
burrow.
They got burrows now.
Wes noticed that.
Yeah, I
That's
got some more on the creek.
actually something that I've got to do another video over, is actually going and digging those out,
Yeah.
pulling the crawdad out by hand.
Yeah, you might start looking for them. We
Sounds
saw
good.
a couple down.
And if you
there.
get them just right, you can put a time-lapse camera on there and actually watch them build it.
Oh, that's
build the
cool.
chimney. So that's
Yeah.
on the list of things we want to get.
So if you guys don't know, I mean, I didn't get a video of that, and I probably should have. I had a chance, but it's basically a tunnel that they're mounting up, right? A burrow, and they're protecting themselves from drought.
They want to go down, down, down in the earth until they hit that water table.
Yeah,
And so they'll just sit there at the bottom of it in a little mud pit
Yeah.
and do their thing.
And they need absolutely 100% need water. Can't
Yep.
live without it. So
They have gills pretty much, so when the gills dry up, they suffocate.
yeah.
So gotta have water.
It's going over here, slow, steady.
Slow and steady. I was scooping them up by the handfuls, but one of them got me really good. And yeah.
The whole small thing goes.
You ready?
Bottoms up.
Bottoms up.
These red swamp crawdads turn bright red when they're done. And those of you worried about how these things were dispatched, with the water boiling like that, it's still boiling. We just put all those crawdads in there and it's still boiling. It's that hot. So within a second, second and a half, automatic death. That's the way you do it.
Okay.
Hold up.
Yep.
We're full.
Oh.
We're overfilled.
Whew.
It's a nice haul, guys.
That's quite the spread, I gotta say. So this is my first. Bob was asking, you ever been in a crawdad boil? No. What the? How? We have crayfish in Canada. Crayfish is like the junior member of the crawdad, crawfish, yabby family.
Could have been. Y'all could have dunked him in maple syrup or something. I don't know.
The smallest ones we got here is probably the biggest ones back home. So that'd be a small one. That'd be like an average one for around here. I mean, that'd be a small one for here. And then you got the big monster ones. So yeah, for us to put together a meal like this, it's not gonna happen. So we're digging in.
All right, you know how to do this thing?
Yeah, but I want you to explain because I am not proficient doing it, and I'm sure people watching, there's gonna be some people. Same deal, right?
There's always gonna be.
There's always somebody.
So the main deal is just like a lobster is the tail.
Okay.
You want that tail meat, just like a shrimp.
Okay.
Now there's going to be a channel for the DI tract. That's their digestive tract. It goes down that fin. So in order to get that and pull that out, and this only happens about 50% of the time, you want to grab this middle fin back here at the very end.
Okay, the middle fin here.
Pinch down at it.
Yeah, okay.
And you're going to pull it sideways, both ways, side to side. Click, click.
Okay.
And you'll hear a click, click. And again, this happens only 50% of the time.
All right.
And you want to gently pull, and it should strip out the entire anal tube. I got a little bit of that.
Yeah, I know.
And that's, that happens every once in a while. Otherwise, whenever you pull the meat out of the tail, you can go ahead and clean that up.
Oh yeah, I can see the butthole.
Yeah, it happens.
Okay. See.
There was a lot of that on the Wilderness Outdoors Challenge, Living Challenge.
All right, so I failed. But then, if not, you end up with the digestive system, which is not, you know, not the end of the world. And then to snap the tail, you do the same thing, click, click.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cut your foot off.
Click, click, or something like that, and you pull it off.
Mm-hmm.
And then what's the yellow stuff in here?
Oh.
Treasures?
Inside stuff, a little bit of fats. If it's crunchy, then you're eating a little bit of the, pretty much the crop, the graw, what they were eating.
Okay.
But these have been overnighted in the creek and haven't had a meal in a good 24 hours. So all that sandiness should be out of there.
I'm obviously an amateur.
I'm not doing too great back here either.
All right, so I'll figure this out after we finish this load.
Right.
Right. We got Wes S, guy's own YouTube channel. We got Bob Hansler. Can't see you, Wes. Here, Wes, Bob Hansler. Guys, give them a sub. It's the only reason I'm eating crawdads right now. Well, aside from Wes, he didn't really help out that much.
I just showed up for the food.
And then I asked him to help and he dropped them all.
Oh.
I did the lid come off.
He secretly works for PETA. He's letting them all go. Go
Saboteur! He's a saboteur.
Back to the water, crawdads.
Yeah, these are good. The spice is good. Everything's good. So if you guys are just tuning in now, go back and watch the whole series. This whole series of Catch and Cook in Texas on Bob Hansler's ranch. So go back to start and watch. If you guys you want, you can subscribe or not. I don't care. All right, ciao. We're gonna dig in. These are good. See ya. All right, I wanna try to show the actual technique. Like, I got it once. So the tail, okay, the tail there, and then you click once one way. I'm not gonna get it because I'm filming it this time. The other way. Let's see. I only got a piece of it. Anyway, the whole tube comes out. If you get it right. Can't do it right. And then click, click, and then that gives a tail. And then I don't do this part right, but I split it open here to get the rest of the thing out and then wiggle it out. I might be able to get it just like that. Oh, it's gonna break apart. Okay, broke apart. Oh, there's the rest of it. Here's the digestive system. We got rid of that one. But yeah, there's a whole skill involved in this. Bob was making fun of me because he's like, why don't you just do this? Am I doing it right, guys? I got a new technique. Oh, I got the gross green bit.
It's a Canadian way you do crawfish.
Oh, there's a green bit in the inside here. It's so, I don't know, man. It actually tastes like guts.
Like woodchuck.
It tastes like guts, but it's not guts. What is it? It's the organs, right, inside here, the green part.
Yeah, man.
And it's bitter, but edible.
Don't eat that.
Hey guys, I'm back in Canada, and I've been doing a pile of editing. I want to keep this video series rolling, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to release a video every Tuesday and every Friday. This is going to be going on for about 2.5 months. I have 19 episodes in total. So what I'm going to ask you to do is support the channel. What I want you to do, if you can, is please watch the video entirely from the beginning right to the end. YouTube is tracking all sorts of data in their algorithm, and what they want to see is a high watch time or retention time. So if you guys can do that and you like the series and you want me to continue doing that, that's one small way you guys can help. Leave lots of comments down on the bottom, not just one but a bunch of them. That helps. Of course, hitting the like button is super easy. You can do that too, and sharing it. If everybody shared it to 5 people it would get big really fast. And lastly, if you want to support it monetarily, you can buy a t-shirt. I'm hoping to get some more t-shirts up. If the t-shirts are available, I'll provide a link. If not, you can always offer a PayPal donation that will come directly through me. To me, you can also hit the sponsorship button. It's a new feature that YouTube has added. You click sponsor and it's a monthly subscription. So I think it's $5.95 or something like that. And ongoing supports the channel. So guys, I hope you enjoy the series. If you guys want me to continue doing this, you want me to go to other different places, let me know. If you have access to land, you know, private land, and there's a lot of hunting, fishing, opportunities, trapping, that sorts of things, and you want to invite me up and a guest or a couple guests, let me know. Shoot me an email for that. I do not always get to all the comments to do my best, but if it's an important thing, like, hey, you want to hook me up with some land and you've got it ready to go, let me know. So I'd like to explore and open different doors and avenues and see where this this YouTube thing and the survival wilderness living thing takes me. So I would definitely welcome some offers of getting into new lands all over the world. So let me know.